Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Intuitive Energy Forecast for December 29th, 2021. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Arlene Grace, an intuitive energy coach, mentor, and channel. I invite you to take whatever resonates for you, leave the rest behind, and know that there is no time for these videos. If you arrive on another date, next week, next year, it may be because there's a message here for you. So when I tune into the energy today, it feels as though there's just like I see this rippling out energy. And in that, there are these huge masses, these huge volcanoes that are just erupting. And these eruptions are, I see the word truth, like the truth. And it's fascinating because you can already feel it as the beginning of 2022. We're already starting to see and feel into the energy of it. And the energy of next year really feels very karmic. It feels as though we're going to see the results of decisions that we've made, that families have made together, that tribes have made together, that we've seen in the government, that we've seen in the world, that we've seen in communities. All of these things, we'll get to start to see the results of that. And in this, now, things are happening. News is breaking out, or there's something that just catches your attention. And I feel as though it's going to come faster and faster. You're going to see more and more and more of it. It's just going to move out like wildfire. And in that, there's going to be this facing you, facing the results of your decisions, facing perhaps where you might have betrayed yourself, where you might have abandoned yourself, where you may have abused yourself in the upcoming year. And you may be witnessing that now. Today's energy, it's beautiful. It was beautifully exemplified last night while I was coaching. And in this group, it was beautiful to witness almost like a domino effect of these people walking through their fears. The way that I see it is like walking through the eye of the needle. And I say the eye of the needle because it's walking through this illusion of fear, where walking through this needle, it just feels so tight. It feels so, for some, terrifying, scary, different, right? And in observing and listening to their stories of their walking through their fear, where to classify it, walking through and being themselves, expressing the truth of who they were in their wholeness, in love, not to blame or to judge or to shame another, but simply to stand in who they were. And for every single one of them, in walking through that fear, their life has now changed profoundly. And that was the energy today or yesterday. The energy yesterday was of that graduation energy. It was, are you willing to shift and flow with the change? And the words that came through with the message is, round and round and round we go, but there is no going backwards. That this cycle of change, the cycle of growth, this cycle of life goes in this circular pattern that just continues to rise up and rise up and rise up. And for some of us, it may look like having the same boyfriend, different face. I love that example. Or having the same money issue after Christmas, time and time again, where for others, it's walking through that fear, seeing a profound shift, and then coming around again to see something more to unfold. That there is always deeper. There's always this unfolding because there is no destination. We have no destination. And our purpose is to be us, to know ourselves, to see ourselves. And when you are you, I know it sounds cliche, but you give others permission to be them too, to make their own choices, to learn how to decide, to discover who they truly are, not who they were told to be. And so today's energy is that of this one, the beginning of a new path. And today you may feel into this new awareness, new idea, you want to embark on something. It may be that you're feeling into 2022 and there's new goals and new intentions to set up for yourself. And so in this new awareness and this graduation energy that happened yesterday, it could be that you're now shifted into a new perspective. It may be that you are seeing how walking through the fear changed your life, and it changed your relationships profoundly. That how you saw others yesterday before walking through the fear is not how you see each other today. That there's a grand possibility that you have even fallen deeper in love. Deeper in love with self, deeper in love with them, because it's mirrored back to you. And so with this one energy, this wanting to try new things, this, this feeling, it feels like skipping, like I want something, I want more. There's also this Two of Hearts energy. And this Two of Hearts energy is this, love affair. And as I was feeling into this love affair, this Two of Hearts energy, I was taken back into my past where I stayed in these relationships. I stayed in these relationships in the past that may not have been very good for me. Not going to lie. They weren't very healthy. They were abusive. They were narcissistic. They were this, they were that. And I'm not saying this to blame, to shame. I'm simply giving it labels so that you can understand that I stayed in these relationships because I didn't know any better. It was more comfortable for me to stay somewhere that felt the same. It was more comfortable for me to stay somewhere where it was predictable, where I could see the cycles as they were happening, where I could feel into when I was going to get my next dopamine hit, my next anxiety hit, my next fear, my next pleasure. It was more safe in my body to be there, even though I was dissociated and in fight or flight. But in taking this journey, because this is your invitation today, in taking this journey of having a love affair with myself, which is your invitation to turn it around. And what would it be like to have a love affair with yourself? How would you treat you? How would you love you? How would you love the wholeness of you? Not just how you look, right? Not just your heart, not just because you're smart, but to love the whole being of you, your spirit, your mind, your heart, your emotions, your whole being. What would that be like? How would you treat you? Can you imagine what would happen if you embarked on a journey of loving you in that way? And how that would shift every single relationship in your life. Because in falling in love with you, in having this love affair with the whole being of you, you're going to see yourself in a different way. You're going to see all of the places where you might have judged yourself, where you might have betrayed yourself, where you may have sabotaged yourself, abandoned yourself, thought You were crazy. And you will get to forgive yourself for all of those things. This will change your money story. It will change your relationship story. It will change your family dynamics. It will change you and your career. You might not even have the same career. It will change how you are in business. Because in that, I was afraid of being alone. And here, this is about you taking care of you, getting comfortable being alone, even though you may be in a love relationship, being comfortable in your own skin with you, with spirit. And to have the awareness of, because I feel like in this energy, there is this, this fear of like the threesomes, like having like this dynamic of, oh my God, like my ex cheated on me, my this, and this idea that, this choosing of one or the other, I need to choose whether or not I'm going to do this or do that. And the judgment that's placed upon it. And it isn't that. That if we bring this energy and this idea of the choosing between the two, when you choose you, it falls away. Like that was one of my biggest perspective shifts, that in the cheating that I had in past relationships, that there was no choice between me and the other person. There was no competition. I didn't have to be better than them. I didn't have to be, I didn't have to be sexier or dress a certain way or be better at whatever. And all of those things that really and truly that person wasn't choosing one or the other. They were choosing themselves. And that's the journey. The journey is, are you willing to choose yourself? Because when you choose yourself, they're really all of this choice, these two ways of seeing life, black and white, right, wrong, that's not, falls away. Because you're simply choosing you. That's it. Simple. And as you embark on this journey and you focus on the value of who you are, the value of that truth of you, you walk through that fear and you see your value and you walk with it, everything shifts. It's like this domino ripple effect. And so are you willing to play? That's the energy. Are you willing to play today with a new thought, a new idea, a love affair with you? It's juicy. A juicy love affair. Awesome. Questions, comments, please feel free to share. And if you are looking for support to go on this journey, to embark on this journey, I'm going to invite you to connect with me. On January 20th, I am beginning a brain game container, group setting, fun, transformative. And let's go on a 10-week journey together. Beautiful. Sending you all so much love, and I will talk to you tomorrow, Thursday. Bye for now. Much love.